area here. Oh no, just pressed myself that Windows button that got me out of the game here for a second, unfortunately. In any case, I'm further building up. As you can see, he's scanning my base like that, and obviously making things extra difficult. Furthermore, we could go for additional starports here. These starports will undoubtedly could prove to be very effective. Now I'm not even in a hurry. Okay, and furthermore, I could move ahead and build myself even another nexus here. Furthermore, these guys right here could go on to number 6. I didn't got that much stuff. Okay, fleet beacon could be ready too. So okay, alright, I'm building stuff up. Well, how's the upgrades? Don't have enough minerals for the upgrades. Okay, it's not always bad not to have any minerals. Okay, now I need minerals, certainly. Fleet beacon, I need fleet beacon for the mothership. I could as well build myself a mothership now. I'm saving money, as you may have noticed. And that's it. So the mothership is in production now, and I need a bunch of these zeppelins. Well, weapons upgrade, fine. Give me that weapons upgrade. Another upgrade, okay. And we pretty much go in for the carrier play here. Furthermore, are there any more units I could simply send somewhere else to work? And there certainly is a few. Okay. Alright. So far so good. I'm getting carriers online. Okay. The mothership is certainly here. And I could as well build myself a few other things here. Okay, quite a few of these are being built. Carriers. He's scanning everything, looking for something, I guess. Okay, can you stack up more? It looks like they can. 4 carriers should probably be just enough. The mothership is almost finished. The sooner it gets finished, the better. Alright. Okay, let's get those interceptors faster. And pretty much I'm focusing on additional carriers right now. And maybe even additional base there. Alright. It looks like so far so good. I need a lot more Vespine gas, where that came from. And oh no! Oh no! Okay. It looks like his tanks can't really see much. And this is where we are on the offensive now. Okay, let's all of us get in together and attack. Okay, did I just make more resistance? It certainly looks like it. Okay, I need to hide everything here. Now that everything is hidden, things should go just a little bit easier. Okay, let's move attacking on in. I want everybody to be on the safe side. Let's take out this base, and now it will be very, very important to attack the main areas here. Could as well hide my troops. Okay, we're in the main base. Everything has seemed to work out splendidly. And let's destroy this. Let's destroy that. Wow. So what kind of upgrades we have? We still could build more upgrades. So 4 of these was fine, but 5 of these would have worked even better. No doubts about that. Furthermore, did he have any more bases somewhere set up? It's unclear. My guys here do have some upgrades, but not all of them have been fully done. Alright. Whew, that was awesome. No doubts about it. Okay. Let's take a look at this game from my opponent's perspective. Let's find out how things went for him. Wow, so surprisingly he was on the offensive and I was on the defensive, solely because I, for example, was able to expand. I had the purpose to build myself carriers. My upgrades were not finished and I didn't move out if I didn't got myself a mothership that should give me a good advantage, due to the fact that my units wouldn't be attacked by his tanks. So for a Protoss, fighting without the mothership could as well be a very, very difficult thing to do. Okay, so here he's going to build himself 2 barracks and make himself a lot of units. Now, what surprised me here is that you know, he very, very successfully defended without even repairing these buildings here that I have attacked with my zealots. Okay, it's good that he didn't start the counter-attack, but all in all, it wasn't that bad. 13 Marines against 13 Zealots wouldn't be much for him. However, he can very, very successfully defend. You see, I already have myself a second base, while he does not. He will send a Marine out there to scout. And at all times he knows what is going on. Now at this point he could probably win against me. No doubts about it. But he does not attack. He decides to further wall himself off. And he expects an offensive from my side, and after walling himself off, he's probably going to expand. As you can see, he already built himself a command center in his own base. He's being very, very defensive, getting tanks very tactically, strategically in different corners, and these tanks would be really a hard thing to deal with. In any case, he already knows my army, he knows what kind of buildings I have. I already expanded into my third base, but my second just isn't there. My third, I mean, isn't there ready to go. Oh yeah, look at that, it is ready. It looks like I haven't noticed so many probes previously working, and he has 2 bases, so things are sad for him. Certainly they're sad, and unless he uses those tanks and stim with medevac, at least a few medevacs, he would be in trouble. But when I look at this force here, I think he could easily beat whatever I had there. However, he is not expanding, you see. He looks for photon cannons or something like that. However, that doesn't happen, and he'll just successfully going to expand further. He doesn't have stim, as you can see, but he does have a few upgrades, and stim is certainly not being researched yet. 2 bases certainly isn't enough. As you can see, I'm making twice as much as he does, and I already have a 4th base set up. So, but he doesn't know about it, right? So he's probably not being way too paranoid about that. Now he's going to set up himself a defensive perimeter. You see, the way I look at Terran, Terran is very defensive. So imagine this: nukes in front, bunkers on the ramp, tanks on the other side of bunkers, Marines, a few Marines in front, maybe a stack of Marines here. Then you get Marauders behind those tanks, and you get Liberators here with their liberation zones on the ramp, so everybody's here. You get Vikings and a nuke on top of these mines already set up. So you get the Zergling horde, 1,000 Zerglings like coming, and they consistently get nuked, blown up with tanks, the Marines with medevacs being on top of them, steaming through everything. Like the Lings would just die off, they would consistently being nuked. So Terran is like a super defensive race. In any case, he knows I have hell of a lot of stalkers, and I'm building carriers. He doesn't look if I have any other bases, but I think this has made him to rethink his strategy and move out. So I think the carrier scared him off here, and he realized if he won't move out, the carriers may as well do a little bit too much damage. So what he does, he decides to attack me. So he gets all of his forces in, 150 supply in total. That's including the SUVs, and he's moving out. He doesn't have stim. And look at that, that's an invisible army. Everybody's shooting at them. The mothership is taking some damage, but not nearly as much as it would need to. And he gets wiped out. Let's look at that once again. That was just an absolute disaster. So he notices everything. He doesn't pay his widow mines. Just maybe a hell of a lot of widow mines could kill off the mothership very quickly. In any case, so the fight starts. Invisible units. Now, as you may take a look here. Oh, you hear that music? What's that music is all about? Oh, that's this right here, Supernova. So that's some kind of a restaurant here. Look at this building, it's huge. Like if the windows are that size, that could as well mean that these are all massive robots too. In fact, you get a Marine that's a size of maybe 3 floors or 4 floors. In any case, very tiny people would live here. Or it just kind of shows that all of these are just robots. Massive robots. Or it's just kind of a little nuisance here, obviously. It shouldn't be like that. They kind of micro this way too much. So, what do you see here? There's a lot of blur here, and this blur simply means that there's a lot of units here. If we would go to all, we would see, so we go to everyone, we would see a lot of stalkers here, right? And if you just look from his perspective, he can't see these stalkers, right? So who is he shooting at? He's shooting at the mothership right here, this massive extraordinary ship that simply kind of cloaks everybody. And that's the thing. Unless they kill off the mothership somehow quickly, they can't shoot the units. Now what's happening here is that these units there can very successfully shoot at the Terran. So let's take a look. As you can see, they're consistently shooting, and the only thing that these Terrans do, they hit the mothership. So they're being consistently hit by a hell of a lot of stalkers, as you can see, and they can't do anything about it unless the mothership is dead. I'm not sure if a scan would work here, but if a scan works, he should certainly scan this. Now, for every few seconds the mothership isn't down, a lot of soldiers die. All these interceptors, they come out, they shoot, they get cloaked again, and this is just not letting them do enough damage. Now, another beautiful thing about this, the tanks can't see anything. So what they're shooting at, right? They are shooting at the zealots who are fighting the Terran units. So they come out of the cloak, they hit the Terran units. What do the tanks do? They shoot at the zealots who are super close to the Marines and Marauders, and they do splash damage. So they shoot, like for example in this case, like 3 tanks shoot at the zealot or a stalker that's close to a hell of a lot of Marines and Marauders, and everybody suffers splash damage. So you can already see that everything is just beautifully burning here. The Terrans are being wiped out. Boom! Look at that damage right here. That's all splash damage. And look at that. There's going to be another hit at any moment now. Boom! Another one. Look at it. It's like as if he's shooting not at the zealots, but at the Terran units itself, you know? If all of this would be uncloaked, the tanks would be shooting somewhere here in the middle. Now what they do, they simply shoot at their own lines, and this simply works against the Terran plane itself. Boom! Look at that. These tanks just helped me kill them off. So obviously in these kind of situations, unless you kill off the mothership quickly, the tank won't be doing much. Now let's look at the production here, and as you can see, he doesn't have a lot of money. He tries to prepare himself for defense, however it doesn't work out. Now this time the tanks are shooting clearly, but they'll be shooting for as long as they can see enemy units. My units are still being cloaked effectively. Cloaking field successfully cloaks things up, right? Cloaking field passively cloaks friendly nearby units and structures. It's a passive ability. Recalls all player units in the target area to the mothership. After a 4-second live or space time within the target area for 7 seconds, enemy ground units within the field are slowed down by 50%. And this is where it's all over. Eight carriers equals certainly devastating damage. And this is pretty much where everything out there gets destroyed. That's the last base, but it looks like everybody has already left. So that was a nice play. I like that we played into the mid and late game.